Turkish get up. Let's break it down into a few different exercises first. What's that? The breakdown. It's much easier to learn a Turkish get up when you've learned a few different exercises first. And we did this at the kettlebell day, but again, all transfers over. First one, get up, sit up. It's about the only time I ever do a sit up in my life. You're here, keeping your arms pressed up nice and straight, because when you come up, your shoulder will rotate with it. All the way up to a sit-up position, and then back down again. So where this works into in your Turkish get-up is the initial roll-up. That's the first component to it. I've been saying it all day that we break things down into different exercises and they teach into something else. So first thing, you can grab a club, one or two hands, one in each hand, however which way you want to do it. After that, it depends on what your grip will allow. Because mine's not allowing a lot. Up. And back down. Over to the side. All right, next one. It's a good one for a hip opener. Shin box. I'll show you where this comes into line. So, one knee facing out behind you and you're on your toes. The other leg goes out to the side. So you're in a 3-point stance. You can hold on to anything. So if you've got a club, you can hold it with two hands on your shoulders, chest, one or two clubs, entirely up to you. But from here, pushing up through your back toes till you come up, till your hips are right up under your shoulders. And you come back down again. All right, so go about 3 or 4 on each side. Where this translates to in your Turkish get up. Right, so our get up, sit up comes to this position. The shin box is here. Because if you don't have the ability to get a big high bridge, you're not going to be able to get your leg under. So that's where your shin box comes into it. All right, next one, we're already in this kneeling position, so that works. Rest up on your toes, your bum's on your heels. Doesn't seem like a lot. There's still a bit to it, and you're kneeling to standing. You come to a full, tall kneeling, so your hips are right under your shoulders. Now here's the trick, is trying not to tilt to the side to bring your knee up, to then stand up. And same thing. Come back down, control that movement, and then sit down. You see often a lot of people come here and they'll go. If you start tilting over, obviously it defeats the purpose of everything. Very minimal shift. Where does this come to in your get up? So we have done our bridge. We've come through to here, we've readjusted this point. All right, so there's your component in there of where the kneeling to standing comes into the Turkish get up. Your next one and your last prep exercise before doing the get up itself is the windmill. Feet about shoulder width apart, turn them on a 45-degree angle. Then you put your hip out, so hips right over your knee and your ankle, and keep that nice and straight here. You've got this smirk on your face like you're going to say something. This hand stays straight in the air, so it's all on the same side. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, all in a straight line. Always keep your eyes on your hand. Never take your eyes off your hand. If you start going out like that with any form of weight, it's really bad on the shoulder. It won't end up well. So here, we're going to hinge at the hips. So here's my eyes. And this hand's going to trail down inside of my leg till it reaches my ankle. Now if I fold at my hips down to that point, ankle is all you need to reach. If you can get lower, excellent, well done to you. But you don't have to. You cheat, you bend in half. Yeah. It's like sushi. Look at that, sushi roll. So what you're not doing though when you're doing your windmill is lunging. And you're not bending both legs. Back one stays straight. Front one has a slight bend in it. Hinge at the hips like your Romanian deadlifts, if that makes it easier for you to think of. Yeah, like that. Hinge like that. Yep. I wasn't watching, sorry. It's just too much camera on action over there, sorry.
Sorry, Sally.
Yeah. That's it. Down, and then use your obliques to pull yourself back up, keeping the arm up straight, so you want it to stay dead vertical the whole time.
Oh, okay, sure.
So your arm's all the way vertical, yep. So go down, it will rotate out. That's fine, and then all the way up so it stays all the way straight. Yep.
Sure.
Bang. And there's your windmill. It's even on your own body weight, it's hard enough to do, but it's a good prep exercise as well as a conditioning exercise when you're trying to work on specifics as you're going through. A way you can regress it and start out, especially with a kettlebell, is the low windmill. So you come down, you grip the kettlebell from the bottom and you come up, there's nothing in your upper hand. Then you go to the high windmill, which is obviously something up in the upper hand and nothing in the lower, or you do both, high and low. So that's it, Nick. So where this comes to in the Turkish get-up, so again, shin boxes here, I slide through, I readjust, windmill. You've got to be able to hinge. See, when I hinge over like that, see how wide my base is? So much easier. Heaps of people I see when they're trying to do Turkish get-ups, they're like this. How hard do you think it's going to be to try and get my leg out from underneath me? Very, very hard. So, we've done our little preps in there. We break it all down. Think of 45 degrees for everything. Your lifting leg, 45 degrees out. That one's straight up and down. My spare arm, 45 out from the body, and same with my spare leg. You're going to breathe in and out before you move each point. So, roll up onto your elbow. You breathe out and straighten up. Breathe out, big bridge. Turn that extended leg onto its side. Slide till your knee gets to your hand. See, it's level with my hand. I should technically be watching my hand up here, but I'm demonstrating the other bits first. We do our windmill, readjust, kneeling to standing. That all makes sense so far? Yep. So when we're going through this, remember I want you to watch your hand the whole time. Now, reverse lunge. Here's the easy bit. You slide your hand down to your knee, go directly out to the side. See that nice big windmill there? Gives me a nice big base of support to come through for a nice bridge. Sit, forearm, back down. Control that descent, don't just flop to the ground. If you can get up controlled, you can come back controlled. Right, everyone in their position. We'll break it down slowly. Or if you're already comfortable enough for doing it, you can go through at your own pace. But if you haven't done it before, so you set up on your 45s. Right, first point is roll up onto your forearm. That's it. Keep your eye on your hand the whole time. Then roll up to a straight arm, so get to that full extended arm. Now pushing through the extended arm and the bent leg. Big bridge up, as high as you can get. Turn your straight leg onto its side and slide it through to your hand. Push up to a kneeling position from your windmill, kneeling windmill, that's it. And then stand up tall. Excellent. Now, reverse lunge. Slide your hand down to your knee, directly out to the side. Not backwards, out to the side, that's it. Now, big bridge through, shoot the leg through, big bridge, that's it. Sit. So your forearm, carefully back down onto your back. If you've got something in your hands, bring it down to your chest and roll it off to the side. Excellent work.